Yo, yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's popping? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? Let me just make sure all my shit sounding right. All right, shit is sounding right, sounding crisp. So what's good, man? I'm gonna do a real quick show today, probably like maybe 45 minutes to an hour, real quick. And tonight, guys, at 6 p.m., we're doing the Real Game No Theory show. So make sure you guys tune in for that. That shit's going to be fire. But today I wanted to talk about this topic real quick. I titled it Tricks Pay Twice. Okay. I titled it Tricks Pay Twice. Now, why do I say that? The reason why I say that is because, every time when I talk about, dudes tricking, dudes paying for sex and all that other stuff, always get some guy that comes and says, oh, well, you pay, everybody pays, if you're not paying with the money, you're paying with your time, right? That's the logic. If you're not paying with your money, you're paying with your time. Okay, cool. Let's just go with that logic for today, right? If you're paying with time or money, right? But you're paying with money, essentially, you're paying twice because it takes time to do everything. You understand? It takes time to do everything. But before I get into all of that, man, because I want to go in. Let me first do this real quick for the people that's going to come in, so you guys can check this out. We're going to get right back to it.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds, so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry, because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo, you'd be 6'8", have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, we back. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to April MC in the building. What's going on? April is over there, out there at the pool and shit, chilling. Shout out to Duke Alex. What up, Chris? What up? Just the brother. What's good? Ed Zone in the building. AT in the building. What's going on? What's going on? AA2782. What's good? Shout out to you, Jack C3D. What's going on? Art in the building. Who is Aces in the building? What's good? What's good? So this is the thing. You know, it was funny. The thing that gave me the thought to do this video, right, was there was a guy who I was going back and forth with in a comment section on this video. And he was like, "Oh, Locario, what are you talking about? You know, you're gonna pay for it either way, and yada yada yada." Right? So we talking and shit. And he's like, unless you're homeless, he was like, you're always paying for it, because if you have to pay for your house to fuck the girl, you're paying. If you have to pay for the clothes you're wearing to fuck the girl, you're paying. If you're going on a date with the girl, you're paying. Like, so a lot of times what tricks like to do is they like to basically, you know, use this sort of logic of you're always paying, right? Which is a bunch of bullshit. And what I say is, okay, let's go by that logic, because they say you're going to either pay with your time or pay with the money. But if that's the case, then if you're tricking, you're paying twice. Because when you trick, you're paying with your time and your money. You understand what I'm saying? If you're tricking, you're paying with your time and your money. Right? And so what some people will say is, but you know, Locario, but the thing is that, you know, you're going to be able to have more time, you know, or they would say it'll be quicker to just pay for it, because they'll say you have to spend more time to try to get it. Right? Now, what's funny is that we had a guy that called up to the show a while ago who basically said that he used to trick. And so he said that, you know, I knew this also because I knew other guys who were tricking, and I had friends who were doing this and all this other stuff. A lot of times guys try to give this illusion that tricking and, you know, paying for ass, paying for pussy is this little simple 1-2 step process. They think like you're ordering food off of Grubhub or Seamless or DoorDash or whatever the fuck. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like that in a lot of cases, right? So what happens is that these dudes, they assume that, yo, you know, I can just easily just, you know, get it that easily. I can just go on my phone and order me a hoe, right? And what's funny is we had this guy who called on the show the other day, and he basically said, he was like, yo, it took him like 3 hours to just set something up one time. 3 hours. So imagine, it's taking you 3 hours to set up some pussy. You understand? And then what's funny about that is that there's times where I've met women, interacted with them, and had sex with them in less than 3 hours. You understand? But that's because, you know, if you got game, you know how to do that shit. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the thing. If the logic is that you're paying with time, and they say pay with time and money, or money, as if when you're paying with money, you're still not using time, because we're all using time all the time. We're using time right now to do this live stream. With time, you can't get away from using time, because time is happening. You understand? But the logic that they use is, well, you know, you're going to pay with your time anyway. Or they'll try to extend it and say, well, you know, what about those clothes on your back? Didn't you buy that? Didn't you have to pay for that? So therefore, if you paid for these clothes and then you try to go fuck a chick by hollering at her, that means you paid for the pussy, because you was trying to look good in the clothes to get to the pussy. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the crazy shit. So I'm telling you, so a lot of these dudes, what they'll do is that they want to have that trick logic because they don't like being tricks. And this is the crazy part. I'm like, okay, if you're going to be a trick, just be a trick and be proud of being a trick. This is the problem is these dudes don't like the fact that they're tricking, and they almost want to sound like they're smart, or they figured something out. They went you know, against the grain, or they've done something that nobody else figured out. Like, bro, you know, fuck all of this like game stuff, because, bro, come on, listen. I figured out the master plan. I figured out the whole thing. right? All you got to do is pay for it, because either way you're paying for it, right? Because if you're trying to holler at the girl, you're paying for it with all your time. You're losing all your time, right? And on top of that, didn't you pay for a date? On top of that, didn't you pay for the car that drove you to the date? Didn't you pay to get gas in that car? Didn't you pay for your house that you're going to take the girl to fuck? You understand? They try to stretch this thing so thin just because they don't want to have to come to terms with the fact that they're fucking chicks and paying them to fuck them. You understand that? Isn't that weird? How there's always this like rationalization for paying for the sex. Isn't that weird? Like, imagine you do something that you like to do, or that just something that you do, and somebody says, hey, you're doing that thing you do. And then now you have to equate everything else to that thing you do so that you don't feel weird about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? He said, Locario, if you have to buy food, you're paying for sex because the food keeps you alive and money costs food and you need to, exactly, right. These dudes, I swear. Like the other day, I went to the dentist. I had to get my teeth cleaned and, you know, the deep cleaning and all that. I guess I must have did all that. So I'm paying for sex because, you know, since I got my teeth cleaned and women probably like my smile and shit, then therefore I'm paying for the sex. You understand? This is like the logic that these dudes do. And what you have to understand is that part of it is because they don't like what they're doing. They're ashamed of what they're doing. You understand? They're ashamed of what they're doing. Now, see, this is the thing. If what they were saying actually made sense, then I'd have nothing to say. If what they were saying actually made sense, then I would have nothing to say. So, for example, if you're a type of guy who's tricking, right? And you didn't have to spend any time tricking, right? Then I wouldn't have shit to say. Like, meaning, let's say if you're a trick and you were able to stop time, like you were able to pause time, right? And then go pay for some pussy, fuck that girl, and then after you fuck the girl, you make time happen again. Then I wouldn't say anything. I'd be like, okay, cool. Well, listen, you stopped time and you paid for sex, so therefore you paid just with your money and not your time. But the fact is that when you're doing anything, you're still spending time. You're still spending time to find the escort. You're spending time to set up the situation, and you're spending time to go meet the woman to make the thing happen. Right? You're still spending time. So if you're spending time and money, you pay twice. So tricks pay twice. If that's the case. I mean, in what other situation does it make sense for you to pay for something twice? Huh? Like what sense does that make? Like it doesn't. Like, imagine I go and I get a cup of coffee, and the person says the coffee is $3, and I give them the $3. And they say, oh, by the way, that's going to be another $3. And then I give them another $3. Like what, like why? Why am I paying twice? You understand? Like, why are you paying twice? Because again, we all use time. Right? We all use time. So if I'm just using my time, but you're using your time and money, aren't you paying twice by your logic? And in any other situation where you would pay twice for something, somebody would probably call you a dumbass. Seriously, somebody would call you a freaking moron if you pay twice for something. Like you already bought the shit, gave them the money, and then you're paying again for the same exact thing. Like they would call you an idiot. You understand? They would call you a dumbass. But for some reason, when it comes to tricking, and I'm going by the tricks logic of you either pay with time or money, then if you pay with time or money, and this is the thing, it's not just time or money. Because if you're paying with money, you're still everybody pays with time if we're going to go that route, right? If you're talking about you pay with time, right? Then cool. We're all paying with time. So then if we're all paying with time and then you pay with money, you are paying twice. This is really simple. Shout out to my dude, Steve the Dean in the building. Steve the Dean is in the building. But again, I'm just going off tricks logic. Right? And see, the reason why these guys do this is because they're trying to find a way to, make it make sense. So they can be like, well, what I'm doing, right, is the same thing that you're doing. No, it's not. No, it's not. If I'm able to get a girl off the mouthpiece, right, and I'm using my time and the mouthpiece to get her, but you're using your time and your money to get her, it's two different things. It's two different things. See, what's funny is, though, and this is the funny part. You know what's funny? See, when I try to compare something that actually makes sense, motherfuckers ain't trying to hear me. But when these motherfuckers is trying to compare shit that don't make sense, then all of a sudden that makes sense. Like for example, when I tell motherfuckers, like, dudes be like, yo, I don't understand how you're able to have sex with a woman, right, that's having sex with other men. And I'm like, bro, but aren't you also having sex with a woman who's having sex with other men? No, Locario, it's not the same thing because that's your girl and blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, aren't you putting your penis in a woman who previously had another penis in her? And I'm putting my penis in a woman who previously had another penis in her. So it's the same shit. The act is the same, right? It's the same exact act. But when I say that, I'm fucking crazy. But then dudes can equate tricking and paying with your time and all this other stuff that don't got nothing to do with each other, that don't make any sense. You understand what I'm saying? And try to make it make sense. Right? It's ridiculous. And I'm like, bro, you're paying twice. He said the reason why guys trick is because they're not good looking. I get girls at high rate because I'm tall and above average looking, no game needed, just social skills. Hey, well, good for you, Rob TV. Dudes be killing me with that shit. Man. That's crazy. Shout out to my dude Dada Saints in the building. What's going on? What's good, fam? But if you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat. Because I don't have my phone lines with me today. But we'll have the phone lines open for the Real Game No Theory show because Miles will be on the phone lines and all that other stuff. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, these guys are trying to find so many ways to equate it. Like, oh, well, and it's like this. They're making it seem like this. They're like, I'm actually smarter than you because I pay. That's their logic. Because they're like, oh, you're spending all this time, but I'm saving time by paying for the pussy. So you're still paying because you're paying with your time. But I'm smart because I'm paying with the money and saving time. Right? And see, that's the thing that these guys don't get because they think they're saving time, right? But what they're really doing is they're not actually saving time. They're just spending money. They're just spending money. Because, like I said, the dude that called in said it took him 3 hours just to set the time to meet the woman. You understand? Whereas I could, go to a spot, right? And I've done this plenty of times. Talk to a girl for like 10, 15 minutes, get out the spot, and start getting it in. Listen, I had a friend who would go to places. I talked about this before. He would go to places, meet chicks, and fuck them in the bathroom within like 20 minutes, half an hour. You understand? Rob TV said, if you don't think looks are important or that important, how can you explain the discrepancy between guys who get matches on Tinder and guys who do not? Well, again, looks are important if you want women to think you look good. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but see, it just in your question is already basically what I'm talking about, meaning that yes, if you're a good-looking dude and you're on Tinder, chicks will swipe right on you in certain situations, right? But that's where the fucking advantage ends. You understand what I'm saying? That's where the advantage ends. See, what happens is this: access to the women doesn't always equate to success with the woman. Okay? Access to the woman does not equate all the time to success with the woman. You understand? Because just because you might have access to the woman because she swiped right on you because she thought you were good looking, doesn't mean you're going to have success with that girl, because you may not know how to make anything happen after that match has occurred. Do you know how to talk to her to get her out to come see you? Right? When she comes see you, do you know how to interact with her to get her to the point where she wants to fuck you? Right? So it's like this. It's like just having access to it doesn't mean you're going to make. It's like this. I could give you a fucking I could give you a camera, some editing equipment. You understand what I'm saying? Some computers and all this other shit, right? So you have the access, right, to make a movie. You have all the equipment there, but do you know how to make a movie? Do you know how to film? Do you know how to use a camera? Do you know how to edit? Do you know how to make a script with a specific storyline? That, you understand what I'm saying? Do you know how to do all that shit? So just because you have access to the stuff doesn't mean you know how to make it work. You said if the guys are good with paying for it, why do they feel the need to justify their actions? Why do they feel the need to defend themselves and try to shame those that use game? Exactly. And that was always my whole issue with it. I've said on plenty of videos, I said, bro, I don't care if dudes pay. I really don't. I just don't like when dudes try to equate it like they're the same as dudes who got tight game. And then they try to shame motherfuckers who's actually out here really making it happen. That's the part that I don't get. Because I've had dudes talk about, they're like, oh, this game stuff is BS. You don't need game. All you need is your passport. And all you need. And I'm like, oh my Jesus. Or they try to equate it again because they're like, oh, well, you're paying anyway. So I'm paying, you're paying too. You're paying with your time. Bullshit. And again, if we're going to go by that logic, then you pay twice. Because we're all paying with our time if that's the case. Rob TV says, I don't like dating coaches, but you're the only one I like listen to. You're real and know what you're saying. That's what's up. But this is the thing, man. A lot of these dudes, man, it's like they're trying to make something similar that's not. It's not. And again, if you're the type of guy that does that, cool. Just be happy with your shit and do what you do. But again, it's the thing where dudes are like, they feel a certain type of way. You understand what I'm saying? Like for example, like I don't necessarily, like, I don't tell people, Like, since I'm non-monogamous, right? I don't get up here and tell people, yo, don't be monogamous. You shouldn't be monogamous. Like, I don't tell people to not be monogamous. Do what the fuck you want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. Now, do I think it's more beneficial overall to be non-monogamous? Yes, in my personal opinion. But I'm not going to sit here and shit on monogamous people, and then when people are like, oh, how are you non-monogamous and this and that, and then try to justify my non-monogamy by trying to make it similar to monogamy. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's two different things. Like, are there similarities? Maybe there's certain similarities you can say here and there because you're still in a relationship and shit like that, right? But it's not the same thing. And so what dudes do is that with this tricking stuff is because they don't want to, like adhere to what's going on, or they just feel a certain type of way about it. They want to equate it to everything else. And then on top of that, make it seem as if they got the cheat code. You understand? Or they were smart enough they were so ahead of the curve. Y'all was so ahead of the curve, bro. I didn't even have to do nothing. I just like paid a chick and then I got the box. And all you guys are wasting all this time. And all you got to do is pay the girl and then you'll get the box. No, you're paying twice. Get your logic though. Because remember, you said you're paying with your time, right? Or your money. But it's not you're paying with your time or your money. You're paying with your time and your money. You pay twice. You understand? It's not or, it's and. So I'll keep paying with my time. I'll keep paying with my time. Because then I'll pay once. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers can pay twice. I'm not paying twice. You understand? Not paying twice. You see what I mean? And so that's the thing that a lot of these dudes just don't get. Because if we go by that logic, and again, you see how they try to stretch it. They'll be like, "Oh, well, you paid for your rent. So if you paid for your rent to have a place to fuck the girl, that means you paid for the pussy. You paid for sex. Or you paid for those sneakers. You paid for those sneakers so chicks will like you. So you paid for sex." Oh, you paid for your cousin's funeral? Really? You paid for your cousin's funeral so that you could feel good about yourself after the fact because you did something nice for your cousin. And then so now that you feel better, right? You're in a better state of mind so that you can get some pussy. So therefore you paid for sex. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these dudes be reaching heavy. Because you tell a guy, hey, you're tricking, right? Which the person is tricking. And then they'll say, why are you trick shaming? How am I trick shaming by telling you you're tricking? If that's what you're doing. How can I shame you saying you're doing what you're doing? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, you're tricking. And they'll be like, well, it's the same. You paying too. You paying with your time. But why are you so defensive about paying? What's the big deal? Why are you feeling some sort of way for paying? And I thought that's what you do. Just do what you do. I'm just pointing out, like, you're tricking. So don't try to make it seem like we're doing the same thing. That's all I'm saying. Oh, but no, we are doing the same thing because you're still paying with your time. Really? So you trick outside the realm of time? Or do you spend time tricking? Right? AT said, do you think dating online, do you think doing online dating is easier, harder, or the same as cold approaching? Now, this is the thing. I would actually say going out and hollering at chicks is easier than online dating, truthfully. Because online dating, chicks are more picky. See, online dating has the convenience of you don't have to go anywhere to do it. You can do it wherever, right? But then that increases the chicks being super picky, and also you have less to work with online. In person, you have more to work with. David Red said, when you pay for pussy, it's more guaranteed. Oh my God, I wish I had my button right now. I wish I had my button. And see, I did a whole video about this, right? If you guys are paying directly for pussy from a prostitute, right? Then in those situations, maybe, but remember, that's illegal in most states in you know, around here. This is why guys be trying to fly out to other places to pay for pussy. You understand? But you know, around here, it's illegal. So the next best thing you can do is get an escort. But an escort, you technically not supposed to be you're not directly paying for sex. You're supposed to be paying for her time. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, a chick doesn't necessarily need to have sex with you, you know, based off of the situation. So you're just paying for a high price date. You understand? So, oh man. Exactly, Michael. Go. He says, so you guys want women to have low body counts and sell the box? How does that happen? Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, there's so much hypocrisy in these YouTube streets. It's disgusting. The hypocrisy is disgusting. Niggas would be like, oh, I want a chick with a low body count, but then you also want to pay for pussy. I want a chick with a low body count, but I want to fuck all these girls. How? Then this is the crazy part. I was talking about this the other day. Dudes will say that a chick's value lowers the more dick she gets. Right? He says, they say a chick's value decreases the more dick she gets. So if her value decreases, the more dick she gets, how the fuck are you paying these whores for sex? Like if I'm getting sex without paying, that means I'm getting it at the lowest value possible, which is for free. You understand? But again, I'm paying with my time. So, you know, that's, you know, according to the tricks. But if the value is lowered every time she gets dick in her, how come you're paying for the pussy? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So, you know, because dudes love to use the car analogy. They're like, well, if you drive a car and the car has all this mileage on it, then it's all fucked up. So that's why, you know, when girls get the body counts high, they're like an old ass car because the mileage goes up. Okay, so they're an old ass car. So why niggas paying these high prices for these old ass cars? Right? Why are we paying? Why are you putting any monetary value on the woman when her value lowers the more dick she gets? And if she's a professional, if she's the woman of the night, if she's that type of woman, that means she's getting a lot of dick, more dick than the average girl, correct? So if she's getting more dick than the average girl, how are you paying to fuck the chick who gets more dick than the average girl if her value lowers the more she gets fucked? Does that make any sense? You understand? Does that make any sense? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. David says, so explain if chicken is good, then what's up with the girlfriend experience that's so popular with high-end escorts and legal prostitution in Nevada? Well, and that's the funny yet. Some dudes be wanting the girlfriend experience too. That shit's funny. Brett saying, I guess they're saying her value lowers in terms of having a relationship with her, not having not having protected sex. Oh, so you're saying that they're saying that the value lowers in terms of having a relationship. That's some bullshit. And see, again, they're still paying to fuck, which is the low. Like, think about it this way. If the relationship value is higher than just fucking, right? Think about this. Because fucking is easy. You could fuck somebody for what? 7 minutes, 10 minutes tops, right? You good. This is what a lot of people will do, right? So you're trying to tell me you're paying for that thing, right? But then you're putting the relationship on the higher pedestal and saying, well, because she's getting fucked, which is this lower thing, which is this easy thing, right? Then her value as far as a relationship, which is here, which is some other thing is concerned, is lowered. How? How? Like I really want dudes to make this make sense. I really want dudes to make this make sense. George Lovely said, Dave Reyes, are you saying a working girl never tried to play games with you, or you had to use a protocol to protect yourself from being robbed or finesse? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? These dudes never want to talk about that shit. They never want to talk about that shit. They never want to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? You said you don't think they have thought about it that deep. Well, of course. Well, this is the thing. They can't think about it that deep because, see, they're trying to come up with all of these, like, this weird ass logic to make whatever they need to make fit their narrative to feel better about their situation, because they don't want to come to terms with the truth. You understand? They don't want to come to terms with the truth. And see, again, like I said, if, because even what dude was saying earlier, he said, oh, they're probably saying that she loses value as far as a relationship is concerned. And I always said this, if a chick loses value, the more dick she gets, what does that say about the value of men? Think about that. If you're saying a chick loses value because of the dick she's getting, right? What does that say about the value of men? Think about that for a second. Because, like, remember, back in the day, and even, probably even now in certain situations, back in the day, if you was in a white neighborhood, like if there's a white neighborhood, and then the Negras start moving in, what do they say? Oh, the property value is going down because the Negras are moving in, right? So since the Negras are moving in, the property value is going down. The property value is going down because they're like the Negras. They're lowering the value. So there's something wrong with the Negras, which is why the value is going down. So if a bunch of dudes is fucking that woman and her value goes down, then can't we logically say that there's something wrong with the motherfuckers fucking her? If every time she's fucking these guys, the value goes down? Huh? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes just, it's so fucking redonkulous that guys don't even look at themselves in these situations. Like, oh, well, I'm just a passerby fucking these girls and they're just losing value, but it had nothing to do with me. I was just there slanging dick. It was, she lost value. Oh, how did she lose value? Well, she was fucking all these guys. Oh, interesting. So are you saying that the guys that she's fucking is the thing that's making her lose value? Interesting. So that must mean there's something about the guys that's devaluing her, right? It's something about these dudes that's making her lose value. Maybe the dudes aren't valuable. Maybe that's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So you said, how does a woman lose value? Well, this is the thing. When it comes to value in the sense of talking about it subjectively, when you're dealing with a person, a woman will lose value to you if she is not providing value to you in whatever capacity you need that to happen, right? So if I say, you know, women who are in my life, I need them to do A, B, C, and D, right? If they're doing A, B, C, and D, then she's valuable to me. She loses value when she stops doing A, B, C, and D. But guess what? That has absolutely nothing to do with who she was fucking 3 years ago or who she was fucking last week. Has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with it. Because what does she do? What does what she did last week, 3 years ago, 2 weeks ago have to do with the value that she's providing me right now in the situation? This is what I was saying when dudes is like, when the guy was like, oh, well, they may be saying that she loses value relationship wise. These are guys who have no fucking game. Because if she's fucking these dudes and then you get into a relationship with her, a relationship encompasses much more things than just sex. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. You said the problem is these whack dudes allow women to sell the box as a prize, so the dudes psych themselves out overvaluing it instead of understanding his own worth, having game to get the box. Facts. That's facts. But see, a lot of these dudes, you know, is crazy because they don't even realize the shit that they're saying. They don't realize the shit that they're saying is goofy. Right? Like dudes is because think about this. If a chick with a high body count is like this like fucked up type of individual, right? But you go and participate in the body count, what does that make you? You understand? What does that make you? You're participating in the body count, but then you shit on the girl with the high body count. Huh? Like dudes is tricking like crazy, but then those will be the same niggas that be like, oh, she got a high body count. Really? So you want women to be available to fuck you for money, but then you want women to also have a low body count. What's ironic is that they'll say, well, there's these women over here who are whores, and then these are the good girls. Again, these are guys who don't have any game. They think that there's whores and good girls, right? So let's go with that. There's the whores over here I'm gonna fucking pay money who have low value and they're never good for a relationship because they're just dirty fucking whores and sluts, right? And then there's the good girl over here who I'm probably gonna marry one day because she's a virgin and she's pure and all this other stuff, right? But this is the funny part. Think about this. How in the fuck are you going to be able to maintain this relationship with the woman when you're the type of guy who's not attractive enough, who does not have the confidence, right? The charm, the swag to be able to have sex with a woman without paying? So you're going to be this guy who has to pay for sex, who's paying for sex over here, but then at the same time think you're going to be able to get a woman and maintain a relationship thinking you're that attractive and have that much game to make this work. How? How? You understand? Make that make sense. You're the type of guy who has to pay for pussy, but then you're the same type of guy who thinks you're going to be in a long-term relationship with some woman and things are just going to work out. Really? Where do you do that at? How are you that guy? Like, that's a contradiction. Like, you're the guy who can't even get sex without paying, but you want to get a entire relationship with a woman that's going to work for years? Nigga, what? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Stop. Let's stop the cap. Oh, I'm just fucking these whores for right now, but when I'm ready, I'm going to find me that good girl, and we're going to get married, and it's going to be... What? What are you talking about? How? He says, so us men have to know our worth of value as an individual, right? Then why does us men have to judge that women's worth of value changes depending on which man she's dealing with? I'm confused. Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys are goofy. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are goofy, bro. You know what it is it's the insecurities cause guys to come up with all this bullshit. You understand? You said what? So what do you not attractive enough? You mean looks? That sounds very black pill, contradicts your worldview. What are you talking about, Rob TV? What are you talking about? When I say attractive, I'm not talking just about looks. I said that a million times. You understand? You said what part doesn't make sense? I'm saying that if a woman's value drops because of her body count, then you would need to know her body count in order to determine her value. Exactly. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? And the funny part is, who is the body count master? Meaning, who's to say what's high? Do you understand what I'm saying? Where's the fact or where's the chart that says it's high? Like, is more than 5 guys high? Is more than 6 guys, 10 guys high? Is more than 20? Is more than 2? What makes it high? Right? What makes the body count high? You understand? What makes the body count high? Iceberg, you said, Locario, what is a high body count to you? Let me see. If I was to think about what makes a body count, like a high body count, I would say if a chick had sex with up to like 500 niggas, that's a high body count to me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I would go like 500. Over 500, that's a high body count. You're probably like, damn, niggas be out here talking about 3, more than 2. If a dude says anything less than 10, he's delusional. You understand what I'm saying? If a dude thinks a woman had less than 10 niggas she fucked, you're delusional. You understand? Now, am I saying that there was women out here who only had sex with less than 10 guys? Right? I'm not saying that there's not out there, but I'm saying the good majority of women, especially when they're past the age of like 28, 29, 30, nigga, please. You understand? You said, so you would wife a woman with 400 bodies? Yes. I'd wife a woman with 1,000 bodies. I'd wife a woman with 1,000,000 bodies. I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Like, her bodies mean nothing to me. See, insecure niggas care about the bodies. You guys, listen, you guys got to understand this. The bodies mean nothing. I don't understand where y'all get this shit from, where the bodies equate to relationship success. It does not. There's so much fucking evidence for this. It's insane. You understand? How the fuck do you think porn stars who are married for years be able to have marriages for years? Huh? How do you think swinger couples survive? It's called swinger couples. The fuck? You understand what I'm saying? Like, see, Dujon talking that nonsense, can't pair bond. This is what I'm saying. Where the fuck are you guys getting this nonsense? You have to live your life. See, it's not women that can't pair bond when they fuck a lot of dudes. It's men can't pair bond with women. If we're going to be honest, niggas can't pair bond. Because they're like, oh, you fucked more than 3 guys? I can't get with you because you fucked more than 3 guys. You fucked 7 dudes? Oh my God, I can't be with you because you... So who can't pair bond? Is it the woman or the men? Huh? Who can't pair bond? Because the chick is like, yo, I'm ready to make this happen. But he's like, no, you fucked a lot of guys back in the day. So I don't want to be with you. I need me a virgin. So who can't pair bond? Is it the women or the men? I mean, Deshaun, you said it means she's undisciplined. I have a different set of morals. Bullshit. A woman having a lot of sex doesn't mean she's undisciplined. If she wanted to have a lot of sex, you understand? If she wanted to have a lot of sex and she had a lot of sex because she wanted to have a lot of sex, that's what she wanted to do. If she didn't want to have a lot of sex, but she was just having a lot of sex out of her wanting some validation, out of her wanting some love, out of her being depressed, that means she's undisciplined. That means she's just fucking for all these other reasons. But if she fucks because she wants to fuck, that doesn't mean she's undisciplined. That means she wanted to fuck. See, discipline comes in when you are trying to stop or tone down something, or you're trying to rep something up, right? Because you don't like the results you're getting. So if she was fucking a whole bunch and it was making her feel miserable and she kept fucking, that would mean she's not disciplined. That would mean she needs to be disciplined to stop fucking. But if she loves getting dick and that's just what she does, you understand what I'm saying? There's no discipline needed because she's enjoying what she's doing and she's consciously doing this because that's what she wants to do. You see what I'm saying? See, let me tell you guys something. The reason why a lot of these guys, and some of y'all in the chat are like this too, like Dejan and Deshaun, you understand? All you DE in the front of your name, maybe something up with that. I don't know. Maybe that's niggas like that. But listen to the thing. A lot of guys, and shout out to K Zagging, because he said this, I think a year ago. He said, most guys' insecurities stem directly or indirectly from sex. You understand? And so y'all don't believe women actually like to fuck. And then so you have to come up with all these theories of, oh, well, she can't pair bond if she's had sex with a lot of guys. Bullshit. She's going to retain the DNA of every guy she's ever slept with. Bullshit. The sperm is going to live in her forever. Bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Dejan talking about you could have the hose, Locario. Bro, you're gonna have the hose too. Dejan, show where are the not hoes at? Where are they at? Show me. Where are they at? Because you said a chick has sex with more than 3 dudes. Where those girls at? Right? And see, this is what guys think. They're like, oh, I want the girl who had less sex because maybe that means that she'll be easier to deal with. Nope. Maybe that means that she most likely won't cheat on me. Nope. You know why she'll cheat on you? Because there's niggas out there with game. And they will take your woman. Your woman. They'll take your woman. I'm sorry to tell you, Dejan, they're going to take your woman. Listen, Dejan, you are prime the prime example of the guy who's, listen, I'm going to tell you this, Dejan, right now. I want you to understand this. So I don't want you to get mad when this happens. when you with your woman and she starts to say, Dijon, you know, not tonight, I'm kind of tired. That's when it's starting to begin, Dijon. When she's like, Dijon, why you always want to have sex? Why can't we just talk? Keep a lookout for that. When your girl is like, hey, I gotta go to a run to the store real quick to Walmart, and she come back in an hour and a half. You understand? Watch out for that, Dijon. You understand what I'm saying? Chris said, Locario lives in a bubble in his mind. He cannot fathom that there are women who want to be loyal to one man forever. Can't really blame him. It's an American thing. Bro, listen, am I saying that there's women who don't want to be loyal to one man forever? No. Wanting to do something and doing is two different things. You understand? Wanting to do it and doing it are two different things. I suggest all y'all motherfuckers go watch the movie Minority Report. I suggest you go watch Minority Report. That was a perfect example of someone thinking they would never do something and then going to do the thing they thought they would never do. See, a woman could want to be loyal to one man forever, but then she gets in a situation where she's with another guy and those fucking feelings and all that other extra shit be popping off. The biology is taking over. Nature is taking over. And then, man, if I have my sound effects, I'll be playing the fucking girl moaning right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all see, you guys have to stop being delusional. Listen, anything can happen. Anything. Anything can happen. See, what you guys gotta understand is that y'all be having this like sort of this illusion that, oh, the girl I'm with is not gonna be like that. The girl I'm with will never do that. And what happens is women paint a picture for you to make you believe that. Women have done a very great marketing campaign to make niggas believe they're not like that. Women are so clever. Y'all don't understand. Women are super clever. Let me tell you how this works. Women put up a front and they pretend that this is how they are. Then what happens is that you have a large section of men who buy what women are selling, meaning they're buying the illusion that women are these women that they got to get to know you. They got to fucking, they don't just have sex like that. They're not as sexual as men. They need to have a connection and emotional attachment to have sex with you. They say all these things to men in general, right? Then you have a large percentage of guys, let's say 85 to like 90% of dudes who believe that shit. Then you have the 10% of guys that they look at these chicks and they say, fuck out of here. Right? Now, the 10% of guys who say fuck out of here, those are the guys that the women are going to have sex with quickly because she's saying, oh, this nigga don't believe my bullshit. Right? And then the dude starts seducing her, interacting with her, making shit happen. Right? And then she fucks him quickly. The other 90% of guys, she keeps selling the nonsense. She keeps selling the nonsense. So this is why, think about it. Why would a guy believe a woman is going to be 28 years old, 29 years old with a body count of 3? Think about that. You can even ask the chick a question. You say, hey, what was your longest relationship? She's like, oh, my longest relationship was 2 years. Okay, so this woman lost her virginity at 18. She's 28 years old. That's 10 years since she lost her virginity. She's been in a relationship for 2 years. That was her longest relationship. And you think that this woman only had a body count of 3? Are you stupid? You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, I swear these dudes. And see, you want to believe that shit. You want to believe that shit. You understand? You want to believe that shit. But women are playing games with y'all. Y'all don't even know. Y'all have no idea. Do you understand that a lot of times women don't even count certain things? Like a woman could give a guy head in the bathroom. She don't count that. She don't count the guy she was jerking off in the car, in the back of the car. She don't count the guy that was fucking her in the ass. She don't count the threesome she had where the guy was fucking a girl and she was just sucking his dick. She don't count that. She don't count the time she was drunk. She don't count the time when it was her birthday. You understand? She don't count the time with the guy that fucked her and he came in like 60 seconds. She don't count that. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all dudes be thinking, oh, well, you know, she's just this virtuous woman. And again, I'm not saying that. See, exactly. We're talking about oral is not a body count. You see what I'm saying? But it's what women are not going to count these things. So y'all act like Joe Bass said Locario looked like a crime lord in the movie. Hilarious. Exactly, Steve Rolly said she doesn't count the times it just happened. Yo, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all niggas, man. Again, are there women out here who have like only had sex with one or two guys and they're like, you know, in their late 20s, early 30s? Yes, there are. I'm not saying that there aren't. What I'm saying to you is that they're rare. Are there women out there who actually have fucking, like, let's say, like, are there women out there who are virgins? You understand? And they're older women, like, you know, not older, but like in their mid-20s and they never had sex? Yes, there are women like that. I'm talking about in general. You understand? In general. Kenta, he says, sorry to be that guy, but doesn't Miles face challenges because of his height? Because he seems to be fucking the most out of all you guys. No, he does not face challenges because of his height. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's no, listen, Miles is, y'all don't even understand. Miles be on the online shit getting matches all day. There was, I remember this one week, this nigga had a fucking date every day of the goddamn week. Every day of the week. You understand what I'm saying? Every goddamn day of the week. Dijon told me I'll take the ones with the lowest body count. You can tell who are the biggest whores. No, you can't. Yo, why do you guys be thinking, okay, I want to, like, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know if a girl had 70 dudes or 65 dudes or 5 dudes? How do you know? How do you know? This is what I always want to know. Dudes be like, well, I'm making my decision. This is the funny part. Dudes is like, I'm going to make a decision to only wife up a girl who has a low body count because that's super important to me. Okay, cool. How do you know her body count? Really? So now you're making decisions based off of something you can't even fucking prove? Like you're equating your strategy to find a wife or a girlfriend or someone long term with something that you can't know? You understand? Again, this is funny to me because I thought us men were supposed to be the logical ones. You said the way they carry themselves, lifestyle, character. Bro, women, oh God. Women are actresses. Do you understand this? Okay, Dijon, let's say you meet a woman. She says, Dijon, you know, I'm a lady, you know, I need to be taken out. I like to get to know guys. You know, I'm not like these whores out here, right? She's saying that to you. And this chick literally just came from getting fucked. But she's showing you a certain character. Right? Because women know how to live double lives. I said this the other day. Women are like Superman. They're Clark Kent and they're Superman. They're the same person. So to you, because in women, listen, women are y'all have no idea. Women got so much fucking game. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Because women know that, okay, think about this, guys. Let me just go in on this real quick. Because I got to end this in a little while. But think about this. Women, like, they know the shit we're talking about. Like, there's women right now watching this who are saying, oh, so guys don't like women who have high body counts. Interesting. Okay, let me keep that in mind. So now what she's going to do is that when she meets a guy like Dejan, she's going to make sure that she presents as a woman who has a low body count, even though she might have a high body count. So let's say she fucked 57 niggas, right? And to Dejan, that's too much. You understand what I'm saying? So when she gets to Dejan's going to take her out to get drinks. He's going to get to know her. She's going to be dressed all conservative and very nice. And, she's like, yeah, I do these things and I'm, like this. And what she's going to do is she's going to cater to Dejan's ego. You understand? She's going to put out a certain energy that makes you think she's different than all the rest. And then you're going to take her out on a second date. Maybe to get dinner or something. You're going to go get dinner. You guys are going to talk and it's going to be great. Matter of fact, she's not even going to kiss you on the first date. She's going to give you a hug. You understand? And then on the second date, Dejan, you're going to try to kiss her. You know what she's going to do? She's going to move her face as you're trying to kiss her. And you're going to have this look on your face like, what's going on? And she's going to be like, Dejan, I really like you. I just like to take it slow. I like to get to know a guy before I go, really get intimate, Dejan. And then Dejan's going to be like, oh, okay, I got you. So you're going to give her a hug. And that's going to be the end of that date. And then because you like this girl so much, you're attracted to her, you're going to be thinking, oh, man, I found me a real one. She ain't like these hoes out here. And matter of fact, after she left you on the second date, she drove to the nigga house who she's going to fuck. Then you're going to go on the third date with her. Right? And then at that date, she might give you a little peck on the lips, a little bit of kissing. You understand what I'm saying? And then now you're on this journey with this woman who you're probably going to try to make your girlfriend and wife up, but you don't know that this chick is juggling dicks. You understand? The whole time you was fucking with her. The whole time. And listen, you know what's funny? When you guys, what's funny? It's interesting that y'all don't even understand how quick people can get it in. Like, getting it in doesn't take a lot of time. Like, dudes think about sex like it's this grandiose fucking extravagant like production and it's going to take a while and we got to, the mood has to be right and all this other shit. Nigga, there was times where, again, I think I talked about this before, but there was a chick that I used to mess with when I was in Hunter College. And she had a boyfriend at the time, but she didn't cheat on him. They had broke up or whatever. And I hit her up. I was hollering at her when she had the boyfriend and she was like, oh, I got a man, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, listen, as soon as you guys break up, as soon as y'all break up, holla at your boy. You understand? Holla at your boy. So they broke up. She hollered at me. Now, this woman lived maybe like 5 blocks from the college. So one day she just hit me up and she's like, hey, you free? I'm like, yeah, it was good. She was like, you want to come over? I said, fuck it, let's get it cracking. So I go over there. I have sex with her. We having sex, we chilling, everything is cool. Right? Then there was another time where she hit me up, right? Now, She hit me up around maybe, it was probably around like, I don't know, 1:45 in the afternoon. And she said, hey, are you at the school right now? And I say, yeah. So she's like, yo, do you want to come over? I said, I could come over after class because I got a class at 1:30, from 1:30 to 3:30, and I'll come after class. She said, no. She's like, I got to work. She's like, can you come over now? So now, remind you, it's going on 1:45 at this point, going on to 1 o'clock, and I got a class at 1:30, right? So I say, yo, I ain't got that much time, but I mean, if I come over, it's going to be real quick. She said, cool, don't worry about it. I get over her house maybe like 1 o'clock, 1:05. As soon as we get in, I'm fucking her by like, 1:10 maybe. You understand what I'm saying? From 1:10 to about 1:19, 1:20. We was fucking, and then I was out, got to my class on time. So I came through and just smashed for 10 minutes. Smashed for 10 minutes. Now, when you guys are out there going on dates, whining and dining these women, understand there are times where the woman you're whining and dining, going out on these dates, just came from fucking. Ask me how I know. Listen, there was a girl I smashed once. She went on a date right after, didn't even take a shower because she didn't have time to take a shower. She went on the date, right? She took the guy on a date near her crib, right? And this is in my neighborhood, so we live in the same neighborhood. She took the guy on a date to a spot in our neighborhood. I went home. I came back out my house, went to the spot that she was on the date with the nigga, and saw her on the date with the dude. You understand? Like, I literally just finished smashing this girl. She saw me see her, but we didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing to her. She ain't say nothing to me. I just went in there, got some food, came back out. But I saw her on the date with the guy. I walked past this guy. He don't even know I just smashed this girl he just went on a date with, that he's on a date with. See, this is the type of shit that I try to tell you guys that's actually going on behind the scenes. But because dudes aren't out there making shit happen, they don't know these things are happening. You don't know these things are happening. You saw, was she black or white? She was Israeli or something like that. I don't necessarily know if she's, she was from Israel. You said, look, no one is denying that women do, and they most likely have a past. Women have game, but so do we. We can figure out if she's a hoe or not. For those women beyond sex, we don't take them seriously. Well, how do you know she's a hoe? Tell me. If you can figure out she's a hoe, how come it's hard for y'all to still fuck them? Huh? If she's such a whore, why y'all got to go out there and trick? If you can tell when a woman is such a whore, slut, freak type chick, why are dudes having a hard time smashing? Because if she's such a whore, how come she's not a whore to you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you can figure out that she's a hoe, how come you ain't fucking? This is what it's funny. Like, how come dudes is not, if you could tell. Oh my God. David, hit up David Bisk. Go to itaxmediaservice@gmail.com. They'll send you the login information. Or hit me up after the show. I'll just send you the login information. It's crazy. But this is what I'm saying. Like, dudes always talking that shit. Oh, well, I can tell her body count. So I can tell this. Okay, so then why you ain't fucking? How come you ain't getting in on the body count? How come you still having the issues getting the girls in the bed? You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. You said, Locario, does every woman fuck everyone she wants to fuck? Not everybody, but she'll fuck enough guys that she wants to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's easy for a chick to, yeah, David, email me after the show. It's easy for a chick to, get dick. So yeah, out of those dicks she's getting, you understand what I'm saying? Like I remember, Patrice O'Neal said some shit I thought was funny. He said something to the effect of, he said, women have to like you to fuck you. Men have to like you to fuck you twice. You understand? So basically, most women aren't going to fuck a guy they don't like, or they're not sexually attracted to, I should say. They don't have to like you as a person necessarily, but they're not going to fuck a guy they're not necessarily sexually attracted to unless you pay him. Unless you're tricking, then they'll fuck you, even if they don't like you. You understand? Man. Cole still said if the girl gave him some play, he'd be getting mad and accuse her of being a hoe. Oh, man. That's crazy. Jamil said, this is facts regarding the truth hurts. These men, once I accepted the truth about women, it became easier. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This you ever notice there's a correlation between guys who have a hard time dealing with women? There's a correlation between those, they have a hard time dealing with women, and those are the same guys who are on this body count, tricking, peer bonding, chicks losing value. They have all that fucking nonsense in their head. You understand what I'm saying? They have the nonsense in their fucking head. But listen, guys, I'm about to head out. But yo, tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be doing the Real Game No Theory show. So come and holla at us and let's get that cracking. All right, so I'm about to head up out of here. I will see you guys soon. Y'all be safe. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting something.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.